Oxy for Tac SHAC Tactical TV and GOSA'S FRONTLINE. Why are you putting that in my face? In any case, I'm here with, I know, like apparently my voice is booming, you don't have to hold it in my face. In any case, I'm here with Paul and I'm here with Monty. Hello.
Hi guys.
Apparently it's getting colder, hey?
Winter arrived.
Monday, I think maximum 10 degrees, starting at -2, so we might actually, the grass might go not green for the first time.
Oh yeah, clients just arrived. Okay, well you can stay outside for a while. Okay guys, alright, so we've actually got quite a bit to speak about today. And the biggest thing obviously at the moment in the whole bloody industry is this QCTO thing, where they've screwed up the realignment of the training qualification, which caused the current training qualification for people to think that it lapsed on the 30th of June, where in fact it didn't actually lapse on the 30th of June, because there's a 3-year-old court order saying that if they cannot, it will lapse on the 30th of June. The alternative, it will the training qualification will lapse when the new qualification is registered by QCTO and signed by the minister. And QCTO has done absolutely duck's egg about doing anything. They've just failed to the documents were presented to them by PFTC on numerous occasions. We have their receipt of the documents. We've just been going through the full court file because there's an urgent court hearing on this on the 9th.
That's Tuesday?
It's Tuesday, yeah. So we've got to get some clarity on what's going on. But according to our interpretation of the 2011 or 2021 order, it makes provision for us and says, well, it can only the current training qualification can only lapse when the new one is in place. It makes sense because it's impossible to have a vacuum. It's impossible for there not to be the training qualification, because the training qualification is at the basis of competency, which is at the basis of everyone's ability to own a firearm, including the security companies.
Yep.
So they've screwed up big time, QCTO. QCTO is the government.
Bottom line.
Gee, what a surprise. Gosh. Anyway, they're the quality, for trades and occupations, Quality Council for Trades and Occupations. So they're part of the South African Qualifications Authority, which is part of the government. So anyway, they managed to drop the ball on this most spectacularly and throw the whole training industry into disarray. There are training companies now that are going out of business as we speak. So this is why it was urgent that we get this court date urgent court date for next Tuesday. Of course, urgent court is a dangerous thing because you can be denied urgency on any number of bases. We've got a judge, an acting judge already. We know who the guy is. And we've got the papers up. As I said, I've been going through court papers like it's, the initial court file was 456 pages. And I've just received an additional about 70 pages. So just this moment. In fact, when the show started, you might have heard the printer, which is just next to the camera, running. That was the printer pushing out, and I think we may have run out of paper. Anyway, but this is more than a ream of paper today. In any case, we're on it. We are decided. So the original, so PFTC, the Professional Firearms Training Council of South Africa, took QCTO to the urgent court to get clarity on this matter. Even though, and in our interpretation of the existing order is that it covers the circumstance, nonetheless, the PFTC has taken the QCTO to the urgent court next week, Tuesday, and PFTC has joined the Professional Firearms, ITA, International Firearms Training Association, who provides all of the documentation and stuff like that. To most of the 9/10 of the training.
I use them myself,
anyway. So they've now joined the action. They could join the action without delaying it beyond 9 July, because they've joined. They haven't. So they've just said, okay, we'll go with the existing papers. The problem for us is, if we come in as amicus on this matter at this stage, it will conceivably cause the entire matter to be delayed beyond 9 July. And we need clarity on this urgently. So even though we've got a lot to offer the court, because we actually have plaintiffs, which none of the other parties really do have, we are reluctant to jump into this right now because it will delay the matter, and we actually need the matter. We need urgent interim relief. We need bridging relief. We need the court to say, QCTO, get your thumb out of your bum and sort this out. You know, the current training qualification is declared to be valid until such time as you can slap yourselves awake. So from that perspective, GOSA is, I've been in touch with PFTC, and I've been in touch with ITA, and I'm reading all the papers, and our entire legal team is seized with the papers right now. And it's a hell of it's a mission, but we're working on it. We're not dropping the ball. We're a little bit upset that we were only really informed about this once, or just before the expiry actually took place. We were only informed about it on Saturday, and coincidentally by one of Tac SHAC Training's clients, who contacted us and said that they've just heard from a certain party that there's a problem. So PFTC dropped the ball a little bit on communications with their members. We're a member of PFTC because we're a professional firearms training, accredited firearms training institution. And I think they all thought that QCTO would at the last moment do the right thing, but expecting the government to do the right thing without having a gun to their heads doesn't seem to be possible. In any case, so we don't want to fight with the government, but they've dropped us. They've just. So the reason, apparently, they asked for the extension of other training qualifications, QCTO did, but because PFTC is a private professional body, and it's not one of the government-controlled CETAs, or they've been trying. QCTO has been trying to take quality assurance away from the private body and lodge it with their friends and family in the CETAs for years and years and years. So they've used that as an excuse for saying, oh, but we don't communicate with you if you're not a CETA. And it's although they are the accredited, anyway. It's just unacceptable. It's what happens when you've got a government, the dead hand of the government involved in anything. In any case, so that's where we sit right now. And this has knock-on effects on the second thing that we're going to talk about today, which is one of the training institutions in the Western Cape.
Eastern Cape. Eastern Cape.
Yeah, Eastern Cape. Yeah, Port Elizabeth. Port Elizabeth. Algarve Park. Who were closed down by PFTC 2 years ago. But they've been investigated by SAPS at the instance of the quality assurer because they were selling certificates. So back to that old story of the CETA where they were selling training competency or statements of results out of office buildings in Pretoria. They've now found a training company in Port Elizabeth that's apparently been doing the same thing. I know that there are 56 portfolios of evidence that represent 56 clients of the company, which are which don't contain the documents that they're supposed to. So a portfolio of evidence is supposed to be it contains your tests.
Contains everything, and it's got to be in a certain format. It is really prescribed.
Yes.
I go through it 3 or 4 times before I finish my things, just to make sure that all of the documents is done, all of the dates are in, all of the signatures are there, etc., etc.
Yeah.
It's not a simple process.
No, it's a hell of a process. The quality assurance process is hell of a complex, and it had to be because CCTA previously was just selling certificates out of hand over fist. So now PFTC has unearthed this body in Port Elizabeth that's doing the same thing. And as I say, I've been reliably informed that PFTC is sitting on 56 empty portfolios of evidence right now, and they're going back to 2018, so they can only go back 6 years. So they're going all the way back to 2018 to investigate all of the other certificates that were generated by this trading company.
If you've bought your certificate,
yep, you've done it. Yeah.
Go sort it out before you get involved in something like this.
Guys, just don't.
And just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Learn the books.
Take the time.
Learn the law. For whatever and whatever handgun, rifle,
because otherwise you're going to lose all of your guns.
You're going to lose your gun.
PFTC is on the ball. They are aware of this. They depending on your, apparently there's different levels of trust in the amongst the training accredited training institutions, and we've been fortunate to be on one of the higher levels, where we don't get most of our portfolios of evidence pulled by PFTC for examination.
We have a quarter of our portfolio of evidence gets pulled on a quarterly basis.
Yeah.
That's basically what happens.
So and we can generate portfolios of evidence, statements of results immediately. Without waiting for PFTC's approval. Apparently other people have to wait for approval before they can generate. But this is why. This is why, guys. Because there's some scaly sons of bitches out there who are taking money and generating certificates.
And it's both parties, that's the people that are selling it and the people that's buying it. They're both in the wrong.
Yeah.
It's both illegal.
If there weren't people buying the certificates, there wouldn't be people selling the certificates.
Exactly.
So both are equally to blame.
Yeah.
And remember, it's fraud. It's fraud on a government document. Jail time attaches. People are going to go to jail.
Yes. And they'll never have firearms again.
And they'll automatically lose the right to own firearms. So it's very, very dangerous, guys. Don't do it. I know it may seem like the guy will say to you, oh well, or maybe I don't read so well and stuff like that. We've got clients like that. We're sitting with a case right now where a guy's dyslexic, and Lynette has gone through jumped through hoops to get the guy through his training qualifications. He's very intelligent, but he just can't. Words just don't make sense to him on paper, so it's very difficult.
It's taken me probably 8 times as long as any other of my people to get him through. But
we've had people approach us and say, look, they're just too busy. Please, isn't there some way? No,
there's no
way. And we might even tell you who that was, but we can't do that. As a accredited training institution, you cannot do that.
I have given people's money back when they basically insist that we can't do it. Say, sorry, here's your money back, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Give me my books back, and you're more than welcome to go somewhere else. I will not do it.
Anyway, so this is where the rubber has hit the road with this training institution in the Eastern Cape. They haven't been able to operate for the last 2 years. And the person, the responsible person is, according to my information, is sitting in Chucky since the beginning of this year. And they are not, so it's a bad thing, guys. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Just say no. As Nancy
Because
Reagan
6 years later, should something happen, they might just pull
they're going to go
your
back,
file out.
They're going to go back to 2018. If you were one of the parties that felt that you had to rather buy the certificate than sit for the exams and do all of the proper work, my advice to you is come clean now. Approach PFTC specifically, and hopefully you can make some kind of a plan with the investigating officer. PFTC is in touch with the investigating officers. Maybe they can help you out, but if you get caught, you're going to lose your firearms. You're going to have a criminal charge of fraud against you. It's not going to end well.
Doesn't end well.
It's not going to end well. Guys, in the first place, don't do it. If you have been encouraged to do it because somebody said, oh, but everybody does it this way or whatever, come clean. Step forward. Get in touch with PFTC. We'll put the contact details for PFTC up in the comments. Get in touch with them. Talk to them. Maybe you can negotiate something that will be of assistance to you. But if you get caught red-handed, they are going, as I said, they are going back to 2018. All the portfolios of evidence are being examined. You're going to end up in a not very nice place. Right, now on to happier things. Can we start talking about your stuff, Lily?
Yeah, the Girls on Fire introduction to handguns on the 27th. We've only got about 10 spaces left, and it's I think it's pretty booked up. We've had this week we had a BRICS Global Television Network on, so they're on board and they're going to be at most of our events and cover it. Which includes the introduction to handguns and then onto the Ladies Stop Shot. We have moved on to a waiting list. There was a problem. I didn't allow a wait list. I think because I copied and pasted from last year, and I took that out right at the end. It is back. You can be waitlisted. So please, there is people that's cancelling, and you'll get that spot. And I also have some discretionary spaces which will be freed up in the course of time. So our sponsorship is really going very well. We're waiting for some other major sponsors, but fantastic prizes this year.
You were saying the other day you look like you're about to go over.
We've got my budget
of 2 million.
It's gone over 2 million already.
From 1.4 million last year.
Yeah. And some of the major sponsors has not come online yet.
Yes,
they will. It's just we have to finalize.
This is such a big thing. It really is. In the firearms community, for women's empowerment, it is such a big thing. It really is.
Yes, it's going to be absolutely awesome. ITA has come to the party. They're running our 3-gun nation range. So there's so many people that are. That's done so much.
We're almost at the point where we actually have to stop people.
I can't stop people.
Yeah. Stop people volunteering and giving us stuff. So no, we're full, come next year.
The goodie bags can get fuller. I know
we might have to get new goodie bags with rucksacks. So or trolleys.
Oh wow.
He's very, very, what do you call it? No, we won't be enthusiastic, yes.
Optimistic.
Probably the Christa Swart Fighting Spirit Award. I've done a lot of the interviews. We've got 7 ladies that's been nominated this year. If there's anybody else that you know that you would still like to nominate in the next week, please let me know. Hopefully I can hand over all of the information to the panel in the next week. So that's my plan. In terms of, I just wanted to actually show, so this is our new t-shirt from Very nice.
It's a casual t-shirt. It's
Casual
not the
t-shirt.
official
So this is
shooting shirts.
This is our shirt that we will sort of sell at our introduction to handguns and just generally.
And just general everyday wear
Yeah,
shirts.
exactly.
And they're nice and long.
It's a little cryptic. It's not guns out front and stuff like that because
It's a
a lot of
full gun,
people
yeah.
came back to us and said to us, look, they don't want to really wear it to work or to shops and that if they're gonna attract a lot of attention. So this is, if you know, you know.
And there's basically it's going to cost you $250. Free shipping anywhere in South Africa. So please.
And it's wonderful quality.
It is very nice. It's Johnson's workwear.
Johnson's workwear.
So apparently, Michelle says to us, we have to go to the men's sizes. They just easier for concealment. So if you take a large, take a
One
medium.
size down.
Size down.
One size down for
Because
ladies.
apparently it just fits nicer over the guns.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the guys buying them either. You know?
It says this girl.
It does say this girl has your 6 on the back.
How do you identify?
You see, we're inclusive.
I think that GOSA will have some
We're
shirts
going
made.
to finalize that with Michelle.
It's just there's so much stuff. I've got other shirts, but this is the one that we got up.
that's
So
got out.
we got up. So there's going to be all kinds of anything. Those GOSA tops.
These
will have
we've
that.
still got
We're gonna
some
have caps again.
soft shells available on special.
And the GOSA caps again.
And God, since winter's arrived, let's get those the sleeveless jacket, the Sherpa jackets.
Yes, those are
They're really like apparently
so
they're
nice.
discontinuing that, but we still have some stock.
We've still got that. We've got a little bit of stock.
Maybe
Yeah,
they'll have to
so-
make some for us.
I know that the bags for the Girls on Fire, which they're sponsoring, is made in Lesotho at this stage.
Oh, wow.
So that's where it's made. So they didn't know if they had enough material, but apparently it's that.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic
Yes.
sponsorship from Johnson's. Thank you very much. And that's it.
Good.
That's
Have a
Nice.
good weekend.
Have a warm
I think
weekend.
we're going to put stretchers out here and sleep here for the weekend. But this is the best thing. This is the best thing we've ever done. Really,
Good investment.
good investment. Anyway,
Okay. Anything else from you guys?
Stay warm. Don't do anything
stay
dodgy.
warm.
No dodgy stuff. Okay, cheers, bye.
Bye.
Girl on fire, I'm not a victim. A girl on fire, I'll stand my ground. Girl on fire, I've made a choice. I stand proud.
Minute Oxley here for Tac SHAC Tactical TV. I'm here with one of our GOSA Girls on Fire, Michelle Marks. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Kate.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and when did you start shooting?
Sure. I started running about 8 years ago, informally, just by club shoots. I was introduced at Vault Triangle Province. Shot there for 2-3 years, just under club shoot, until I've actually maintained some more skills and felt that I was competent to participate at a national level. And that's when I just started interacting more with lady shooters or just shooters in general. And then that real hoogheidjie starts
Bit you hard.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your career. You've been recently been sponsored by Buffelsfontein, and you have a whole group of ladies that's been sponsored. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so Buffelsfontein was really an absolute great opportunity that came along. So we met up for an interview, and one of the I would say employees asked me still, so how can I promote the brand in the shooting career? So I said, well, first of all, we need to gather a team. It's pointless just being one because you're not going to really set the mark. And so I sourced a couple of ladies, some of the SA top shooters, and they were really, really generous to be part of the team. And that's where it started escalating. So as a matter of fact, the Buffelsfontein ladies or Warband ladies, we started the trends for the corporate team ladies.
So you were the first.
Yeah. So that was the most ideal. So we entered, and we were amongst the rest of the men and the more top related teams. And we still ended up right at the bottom. And shame, Sabella O'Donovan, she turned around and she says, don't worry, although we're the last, but we're still the first because we're the only ladies team. And then that's when the ladies corporate team started. So we managed to advertise it and got a few more teams that entered. And it's been now 2 or 3 nationals ongoing that we've had a couple of lady teams that entered. So yeah, it's a greater competition and it makes it just more fun.
Great. You went to the shoot in Greece. Can you tell us a little bit about it? And did you go? You didn't go to the World Shoot, or you also went to the World Shoot as well?
Only so we went to Greece, which was the Open Championships at level 4. It was also just among SAPSA that we got the opportunity to enter, and so we ended up the first 20 that applied, managed to go through. And it was a 4-day shoot, which was an incredible experience. Learning from and seeing from other international, shooters makes your skills look mediocre. As a matter of fact, you realize how much effort you still need to put in. And which was so great, of shooting with ladies of your, I would say, standards and leagues, but just by the way that they apply these skills, how their mental physique is so fit and how they are so accommodating by, instead of, breaking you down, they would gather you and pick you up and say, okay, let's go. This is how we're going to do it with the next one. So it was really, really a remarkable experience to see and learn from other top experienced shooters. There was, as a matter of fact, Eric Raphael was there, and some of the other production, top shooters and optic shooters. It was such a great fun shoot. It was absolutely well organized. There was not one day that we passed that was, you could say, it was a negative effect, because it wasn't such. Every single day when you finished your match, you went home and your heart was full. It was happy.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So you've been involved with GOSA Girls on Fire for quite some time as well, and it's been a good journey, and you've been available, I think, every year now.
Yeah,
so you've been running our IPSC stage for the last 4 years or so.
Yeah, I think I've got 4 or 5 shirts.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's absolutely awesome. Do you think GOSA Girls on Fire is a good organisation to be involved in?
Oh, most definitely. I came in numerous conversations with ladies out of any opportunity, whether it's work, whether it's just as a friendship, whatever situation. And females often, or the ladies often ask you, but don't you feel intimidated by carrying or being part just because your husband and your family is in the sports shooting? I said, no, as a matter of fact, at least I can travel, and my kids, when they're with me, they feel safe. That's the very first thing that sometimes when we're in situations, or when we're all by ourselves at home, the kids would ask me, are you set? And as long as we are set, then they know exactly we are safe, And
it makes a difference that when you're at home, it's not a family that they want to come and have a discussion with.
No,
because it's all of the kids, both the kids that can shoot, although they're very young. You can shoot, your husband can shoot, so it's not a good place to break into.
No, not at all. It won't be ideal, but they can if they want to, but it won't be ideal.
It won't be ideal. What is your personal goals in terms of shooting for the close or the foreseeable future?
I would really not mind, being in contention for World Shoots. I know it's going to take a lot of effort and work for where I am currently. There's a lot of still learning space in growth. But yeah, I wouldn't see the opportunity off by hand if it had to come onto my path. Other than that, I'm quite happy where I'm now.
That's fantastic. Your kids are doing so well.
Yeah, so the momager is acting serious at this point, but I'm quite content with where I'm currently sitting at. Like I said, there's always room and space for growth, but where I'm now, I'm quite happy with.
Great, and we wish you the best and a lot of offers for the future. Thank you very much. Thank you.